welcome. We're really thrilled to be making this video for you all.
There were several things that we wanted to share with you. And first of all, we want to thank you so much for your participation on that first introductory live webinar that we did that created a huge energetic shift around the world. And there was a great deal of interference, shall we put it that way, some difficulties with the internet and various different things happening in different countries. And Alcazar said during that webinar that this was to be expected because what they were doing, what the guides and all of us together were doing, was creating another step forward in human consciousness.
And what Alcazar said was that after the webinar, when we tuned in with him, he said the seed has been planted in fertile ground and that they were celebrating that. So
what was happening was that the difficulty with our webinar made us question, well, shall we carry on? And we had so many people saying, carry on, it doesn't matter. We can still follow it and we could still feel the energy. And what Alcazar said with this seed being planted was actually something really special. Many of you that have worked with the Stargate before have heard Alcazar say, use the phrase, thank you, bring me more. It's a way of creating more of what you want in your reality. And so what he said to us was that during that webinar, there were over 3,000 people listening who had signed into that. What he said was there were so many people having the feeling of thank you, bring me more of this, that actually created within the quantum field a whole new field of intention and desire from enough of humanity to draw in this youthing program. And that's why there was there was so much celebration about what we all achieved together. So, as we proceed with these next 4 webinars, we hope that there'll be less interference with the
internet.
with the internet and the various things that are being used to bring this to you. All the translators, the join me mechanism that's happening in many of the countries. But what Alcazar said last Sunday, and what we wish to repeat to you now, is even if there's interference, don't be distracted by it. Stay present and stay connected to the energy field, because in that way we continue to strengthen this field of thank you, bring me more. And that will enable more response from the guides. So, we have 4 weeks, and each week Alcazar is going to bring a different topic.
So, as many of you know, we're about to start a 4-week youthing webinar program, and this will be guided by Alcazar. So we kind of have no idea what's going to happen in the most exciting way. We'll actually be doing 3 meditations in each live webinar. So it will be about 2 hours packing in all the energies, all the intricacies, and the buildup that can happen in 3 meditations. And this is the first time that Alcazar has done this in one of our webinar programs. Usually it's just 1 meditation. So there's kind of a wild card element to this whole youthing program, but we do have a topic for each week. And Alcazar started giving us these topics one by one over the last year or so, and they have to do with how our cells actually age. So Alcazar is starting to bring through quantum energies to actually reverse the process of aging in our physical biology. So it's very fascinating. And I just wanted to go a little bit into the topic for each week. So week 1 will be about the telomeres. And for those of you who don't know what the heck are telomeres, they are the repeating sequences of DNA at the end of your DNA strand that get shorter every time your cell divides. And it used to be thought that they only get shorter, but it was recently discovered that there's an enzyme called telomerase whose function is to protect the telomeres, and it can actually elongate your telomeres. So what happens when your telomeres get too short is that they send a signal that tells your cell to stop dividing. So why is that important? Because our cells are continuously renewing themselves. This is how we stay looking fresh and vibrant, and this is how we stay free from disease and from all of the various things that start to happen as you age. So what happens when the telomeres get too short is that the cells stop dividing, they stop replenishing your various body systems. So week 1 is going to be all about the telomeres, and Alcazar will be sharing energies to help revitalize these telomeres. Week 2 is going to be about the mitochondria, and the mitochondria are like the power plants, the energy generators of our cells. They make chemical energy in the form of ATP, which provides the energy for literally every single cellular reaction that our body does. There are a few other chemical energies, but those are also associated with the mitochondria for the most part. So week 2 is about going in and creating a strengthening and energizing of your mitochondria.
And the multiplying also.
Yeah, and there's also something called mitochondrial biogenesis, where your body can actually create more of these mitochondria, so you have more of these powerhouses in your cells.
And more energy in the body.
Yeah, more energy in the body. And so that's all about vitality. Okay. And so week 3, we are super excited for, because this is something that Alcazar is bringing through for the very first time in this webinar program. And the focus is on stem cells. So stem cells are really special because if they're healthy, they can keep dividing forever. And they can become any other cell in the body virtually. So the stem cells hang out in these various parts of your body. There are ones that replenish your skin. Those ones hang out deep in the hair follicles. There are ones that replenish your muscles. Those ones hang out deep in the muscle fibers. There are stem cells that replenish your blood, and those ones hang out in your bone marrow. So the stem cells come in when your body needs a revitalization. So let's say you lost a lot of blood. The stem cells in your bone marrow will start to divide. One of them will stay in your bone marrow and stay a stem cell, and the other one becomes what's called a progenitor cell, and that can then become blood. So it divides again and again and again, and it becomes blood. So what happens when your telomeres get too short in your stem cells is that they actually stop dividing when your body needs that extra help, and they just stay tucked away in their little cozy space in your body. And so you can start to see that on a scientific level, Alcazar has been dropping in these little pieces of a bigger picture, which we're kind of fascinated about, because we only started researching it after he started saying, like, hey, we're going to bring through energies for your telomeres, energies for your mitochondria. So how do these energies actually work? Like, how can a quantum energy field that just feels like pure love actually go in and influence your biology?
Well, one of the things that scientists have noticed over the last 10 or 15 years is that the cells have an energy, actually a light energy, biophotonics it's called, and it can be measured. And what the scientists think is happening is that in the DNA, it stores this photonic energy, and your DNA radiates this out within the cell, stimulating the different aspects within the cell, but also communicates with other cells and organs within your body through light. And it's actually the light frequency, and it's measurable as light. So Alcazar's perspective of this is a little different. He's saying, no, that biophoton energy is not stored in the DNA, it comes through the DNA. And so he'll be talking a lot more about that. The energies that will be coming through in these meditations will be coming from the quantum field through your DNA into the body in a form of this biophotonic energy, this light, this communication that happens between every single cell. So that's one aspect. Another aspect is that these energies have the intention to bring back your original blueprint. The cells, how they were when you were very young, when everything was reproducing and you were growing very rapidly as a child, the perfect blueprint.
Yeah, because as your cells divide, it's a bit like making a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. The picture starts to get a little fuzzy and a little distorted, and oh, look, that scratch happened, and so now it's on every single scratch after it, right? That's what scars are. So what Alcazar is actually doing is saying, hey guys, we have the original print, and we are offering to share it with you. So this is fascinating. The potential is vast.
So as we've said, this is 4 weeks, and we've described what we see is going to be happening for the first 3. The 4th week is a total surprise to us.
To be revealed.
To be revealed, yeah. So that's also very curious as well. What's going to happen then?
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we let Alcazar say a few words?
Yes.
Beloved ones, we greet thee and we join you once more. These two have done a beautiful job of explaining what is going to be offered in this youthing seminar series. For us, however, it is not that we see it as youthing. We see it as bringing you back towards the most perfect balance, bringing you back to where your body is designed to function. Your body is not designed just to stop after 60, 80, 100 years. No, your body can continue to function beautifully, youthfully, for hundreds of years. So, the energies that we will be bringing will be assisting you in realigning your energies on a cellular level. What does this mean? It is not just about the functioning of the body as these two have explained. It also has to do with your thoughts and your feelings. Life will start to feel easier, more beautiful, more joyful, more reasons to celebrate and to laugh. Changing your life experience is just as important as changing the physical body. If we do not change your life experience, then the normal life experience will revert you back through your misery and your anger and frustration, revert you back to ill health and a physical decline. So, beloved ones, we are not offering you a dietary program. We are not offering you ways of building up the muscles in your body. No, we are offering you a whole process of realigning yourself. Some of you have experienced in the Marin Workshop and in the recordings of the Marin Workshop something very special which was introduced to the planet at that time. It has never happened here before. It was a realigning your consciousness with your physical body. We won't talk about the details right now, but it will be something that you will be experiencing in this 4-week process. Beloved ones, it is important for you to understand this is not something that is done to you. This is something that is offered from Spirit. It is something which is made available to you. It is up to you to decide, is this appropriate for me? Is this something which I am ready to experience and explore? There needs to be an openness. There needs to be, yes, let me experience this. We say to you, we do not wish you to believe what we have just said. We invite you to be open to the possibility that there may be a truth in it for you. In that openness, if you wish to participate, there is an exceptionally high probability that you will feel and experience the difference in your daily life. Beloved ones, we love thee and we bless thee. We honor thee and your choices. And we will be talking to many of you very soon.
Yeah, I'm glad Alcazar brought up this sense that it's not just about youthing the physical body. It's about total rejuvenation of how you feel in your life. I got a taste of that at the Marin Workshop after that, connecting the consciousness to the cells in a new way. I felt like the way I felt when I was a child. When I drank some water, I felt like how I felt when I was a kid suddenly. And I was like, whoa. And then I suddenly realized that youthing is really about our total incarnational experience. And that's all that it can be, because if you look at any of the research on telomeres in particular, you'll see that it's completely related with psychological stress, which wears down your body. So it's like all these things that Alcazar is saying are being proven in a really beautiful way.
Yeah. So, if it feels right to you, we invite you to join us. We're excited. We know that hundreds of you are excited because we've received hundreds of emails from people all around the world. So we invite you to join us, and also many hundreds of people from dozens of different countries, literally dozens of countries.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Not everybody will be able to join us live because it's in the middle of the night there. But the recordings are just as powerful as the live events.
Why? Because the energy is coming through the quantum field. The energy is coming through your intention, combining with all the intentions of all the people. We've had hundreds of people already signing up for this webinar program. And the more people, the more juice actually comes through. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really works like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we invite you. And we love you.
Bye-bye. See you soon.